Welcome back. You're still watching NTV Weekend Edition, and this week the Uganda National Roads Authority started preliminary works on the Kampala Flyover construction and a road upgrading project with the demolition of structures in the Nakivubo area. This is expected to cost about 300 billion shillings, and we do want to understand. And with us tonight is JOHN BOSCO SSEJJEMBA, who is the head of enforcement operations at the Uganda National Roads Authority. Welcome to Talk of the Nation.
Thank you, and good evening, viewers.
Would like to start by asking you let us go back to the very beginning.
Yes,
why
please.
the need for the Kampala Flyover project? Was there a need?
Of course, there is a big need. As all of you know, we have a lot of traffic jam in the city. And one of the interventions that the government has come in to put in place is the construction of the Kampala Flyover project. Now, that project is going to tie in with the Kampala Jinja Expressway in the east, and then the Kampala, the Busega Mpigi Expressway, and also the Chiwe-Busega Expressway. So we are aiming at evacuating traffic very quickly out of the city using that Kampala Flyover project.
So you believe that this project will have a positive impact on improving traffic in the business?
So much so. The moment we are done with this project, we expect a lot of improvement in the traffic flow. Of course, this comes with many other interventions that are being done by our brothers and sisters at KCCA, which are also aimed at reducing the traffic jam in the city. But this is a landmark project that is going to reduce the traffic jam in the city center.
We talk of demolition of structures,
yes,
and I'm sure it is happening in the business,
yes,
center.
Please.
So many people could have been, affected. Have you compensated those people that have lost property?
First of all, before we go in for demolitions, we first do what we call, we take stock of who owns what. We pay them full amount. We give them notice, enough notice. We remind them again and again and again. Now, finally, when they don't take action, that's when we go in to do demolitions. Now, for this particular case, people are compensated, paid in full, and given notices to vacate. But some of them did not vacate, of course. At the end of the day, you don't expect us to sit back because we want the project.
So
in some cases, there was some land that had some wrangles.
Okay.
What we did in that case was to appeal to court. The court listened to us, and we deposited the money in court. When it is finally decided who owns the land, then the court will pay the rightful owner.
Okay.
But as UNRWA, we have fully compensated everybody who is affected on that project.
Okay, still talking about the demolitions.
Yes,
Villa
please.
Park is one of those that has been really affected.
Yes.
People have been so attached to it.
Yes.
What other landmarks are likely to be affected or are already affected?
Unfortunately, when we have a project like this one, there are some things that happen and we can't avoid them.
Okay.
We don't have love to have Villa Park down there, but unfortunately we couldn't. And therefore it had to go among the structures that have gone. Of course, there are other properties that have been affected. There were former houses of the staff of Uganda Railways Corporation. Unfortunately, they had to go because we wanted the project. We also had post office. They had their offices down there. Also, they had we had to demolish it. But we did that after paying fully for all the structures and the land.
Okay.
Yes.
For such a project, one of the questions that runs through our mind is, I would really, really love to understand or know who is funding the whole project. Is it the government of Uganda? Is it the World Bank? Who exactly?
Now, for this specific project, it's a combination of the government of Uganda and a loan from Japan. It's a combination of the government of Uganda funding and the government of Japan coming together to put together this project. Okay. Yes.
And let's talk about local content. Most of the times we have seen different projects around the country, and I'm sure our viewers can agree to that. We see different people, not Ugandans, on ground.
Yes.
In this project, have you considered local content?
As an authority, as UNRA, we treasure and we believe in giving jobs to our people. And I want to assure Ugandans that for the Kampala Flyover project, please expect to see many black faces on that project. Many black faces. Black faces.
Interesting.
Yes.
When does it start? And
the project
when is it going to end? The
project has already started. We are now into 4 months into the project. We start with carrying out some tests of the soils. Okay. We are now going into relocating some of the utilities. We have cleared the entire right of way from Clock Tower up to Nsambia, going even up to the police up, going to Mukwano. The entire right of way is cleared. Okay. So the contractor now is going into relocating the utilities, the telephone, the power lines, and then the construction works will commence thereafter. But the project has actually started already, though you don't see any tractors moving. Yes.
But when will it end?
It's expected to last 2 years and 9 months, beginning May. So we are now left with about 2 years and 5 months.
Interesting.
Yes.
For 2 years, in those, you know, if you've paid attention to the different projects in the country that happen,
yes,
it's so hard to keep Ugandans off that part.
Yes.
How are you going to divert traffic?
We have got a very good traffic management plan. Okay. We have discussed this.
Have you effectively communicated to the people?
Yes, we have communicated, and we are going to continue communicating. Okay. We have discussed with the contractor and we agreed on that traffic management plan to ensure that as much as we are doing the project, we don't disrupt a lot the traffic flow. Because if we did that, then we would have so many problems in terms of movement. But we try as much as possible to ensure that we reduce on the inconveniences to our travelers.
So you've mentioned of the fact that this flyover is going to reduce traffic.
Yes, please.
Should Ugandans look forward to this? Because there's a lot of traffic in this country, a lot of traffic in the business center.
Yes.
Should Ugandans be excited for this?
Of course they should. Ugandans should not only be excited because of this project, but because of many other projects that are coming. Okay. And many of them are coming into the city center. We have this Kampala Flyover project. We are going to have the Kampala Bombo Expressway. We have the Kampala Northern Bypass. It is being completed. We have the Entebbe Expressway has been completed. We have the Busega MPJ project is beginning soon. We have the Busega Chibuye project is also about to commence. We have the Kampala Outer Belt is also about to commence. So Ugandans should get excited. And as a country, we are developing, and Ugandans, I appeal to us that let's move with the development. Let's support these projects whenever we can, as much as possible. They are our projects.
All right. Thank you so much for coming to our studios tonight. There you heard it from him. So we should definitely be excited for this project. Maybe it will bring in so much development and also reduce on the traffic. You may be worried about the traffic you always encounter when you're moving here and about. Maybe this could be the solution. But we'll, of course, keep you on record, and we'll keep up to find out, to see if you actually bring it to completion and if it will solve all these different things.
Yes.
Thank you once again for coming to our studios tonight. And that was it in Talk of the Nation. Keep it NTV Weekend Edition.